It starts calcification. So what is calcification? Is the abnormal calcium deposits actually. Here you can see in the pictures some abnormal calcium deposits with also ferrum, magnesium and other minerals. Especially in dead tissue, if these depositions are present, then it is known as dystrophic calcification. Dystrophic means dead, so like that you can remember. And it occurs in the absence of degradative of dearrangements in the calcium metabolism. Actually it occurs usually in the absence of degeneration of degradements in calcium metabolism, that is with normal serum levels. Actually in this dystrophic calcification, the serum levels of the calcium are normal, but again you observe the depositions of calcium in dead tissues, so that is nothing but dystrophic calcification. And the deposition of calcium in the normal tissue is called metastatic. Even sometimes in normal tissues the calcium deposit, and that is known as metastatic calcification. So it's always secondary to some dearrangement in calcium metabolism, that is hypercalcemia. So this is also belonging to the metastatic calcification, that is it's always secondary to some dearrangement in the calcium metabolism. And next, the dystrophic calcification is usually seen in necrosis, that is the dead cells of any type, and also in atheromas of the advanced atherosclerosis associated with the injury in the aorta, and also with large injury arteries, and with also accumulation of lipids. Even though in dead cells, we can take example like we see most commonly that heart attacks or heart blocks are usually seen in old people. That is the reason of this, because of the, sometimes if that is due to the calcification, it will be the reason may be the dystrophic calcification, because even in the old dead cells it also lead to the organ dysfunction. Even though they are like old degenerated structures, there the calcium gets calcification, that it makes the calcium bodies and leads to the diseases. So the example is the calcification in the aging or damaged heart valves even results in the severe compromised valve motion in adult, especially in elderly. So this dystrophic calcification of aortic valves is important cause of aortic stenosis in most of the elders. It has an initiation and propagation, maybe the intracellular or extracellular, and the initiation in extracellular occur in the membrane bound vesicles about 200 nanometers, and the ultimate end product of formation of the is the formation of the crystalline calcium phosphate. So you can see the masses of crystalline calcium phosphate like this, so these get accumulated. The calcium is concentrated in the vesicles by its affinity for the membrane phospholipase. Actually why this calcium is getting concentrated, there is, it has a chance to get attached to the membrane phospholipids, while the phosphates accumulate as a result of action of membrane bound phosphatases. So this is the reason. And the initiation of the intracellular calcification occur in mitochondria of the dead or dying cells and lose the ability to regulate the intracellular calcium, that is next leading to the crystal formations, which also occur dependent on calcium and phosphate PO4 minus. And in the presence of mineral inhibitors, the degree of collagenation, so this all the enhances the crystal growth actually. And next we have the metastatic calcium. This is all about what we talked in now is dystrophic calcification, that is in dead and degenerated tissues, formation of abnormal calcium deposits. Now let us see in metastatic calcification. It is in normal tissues actually when there is a hypercalcemia. Actually hypercalcemia means more calcium in the body. So what are the causes causing this high calcium in body? Those are, that is increased secretion of parathyroid. We know parathyroid regulates the calcium in our body. So increased secretion of parathyroid, that is due to the parathyroid tumor in the parathyroid gland or production of parathyroid from the malignant cells, and also the destruction of the bone, sometimes bone destruction due to the effect of accelerated turnover, example in Paget's disease, or immobilization and tumors. And also sometimes vitamin D disorders, that is toxication, sometimes vitamin D may be more than the normal levels, and also renal failure, that is the phosphate retention lead to the secondary hyperparathyroidism. So in renal failure what happens is the phosphate get retented, means it gets it doesn't excrete out and it's accumulate. As we know phosphate is more likely to bind with calcium, as it retains more it leads to secondary hyperparathyroidism, thereby increase the calcium in the body, that leading to again metastatic calcification. So this is the link between. And Next thing is a pathological calcification. Key point here, you can see the gross fine white or grey granules or clumps, solid gritty deposits are formed like this. I can say white deposits, gritty or clumps. And in dystrophic, actually in dystrophic, common in the caseous necrosis, in tuberculosis. And metastasis affects the kidneys, lungs, gastric mucosa. In kidneys it may lead to formation of nephrocalcinosis, and in lungs it may lead to respiratory defects. So you can see the pathological calcification, the intracellular and or extracellular basophilic, as we already said before. It may be intracellular, extracellular, and amorphous granular or clumped appearance. Here you can see it's like clump, and here you can see like granules. So this is about, you can see the slides here. So this is about pathological calcification according to Robbins book.